Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Welcome. I hope you guys had a great day today. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are located. Um, Today's stream, we're going to continue on doing track breakdowns for the brand new Hiatus Book 1 that came out, me and Soul's duo alias, Soultronic. This is our first ever EP duo debut EP. I said that so weird, but anyway, it's our first duo debut EP. And the past two streams, we did a track breakdown of track one, which was the title track, Hiatus. Then yesterday we did track two, which is Wilderness, and today we're going to do track three, which is Constellations, featuring Amerk. Amerk won't be joining us this live, but and that's pretty much all we got going on. Just breaking down how the track became to be from start to finish. So without further ado, I have the Logic project open already, but I did notice something that I didn't even realize, that this project, this song Constellation, used to be called Microdose. And when I worked on this track, it sounded completely different. Plus it had like the intro and outro like instrumentation. But because we kind of updated the song, particularly the drops, we wanted to update the drops and kept everything the same, while I wanted to upgrade the drops. I made a Microdose project, and I think I override the original project with the new project, which means that the intro and all the instrumentations for the intro I cannot find, but I'm gonna try to find it. So let's fade you out just like that, and I'm going to show you guys the project file for this. So this is the project file of Microdose, but this is the only project file of Microdose. So as you can see here, it looks very minimalistic, like only like 30 tracks total. But this isn't the original file of Microdose. This is the as you can see, this is the entire Microdose track that you guys hear today. And this audio, there was a file that existed that had the intro and all, like how the intro was made and stuff like that. So I forgot that, not knowing that I was going to do a track breakdown at all, because this happened like a year ago. So I think I override the original project file with this updated one. So I'm trying to see if I can find um the other project file so that we can, trying to see from center here. There we go. Trying to see uh if we can find it. So that's what we shall do. That's what we shall do. Let me expand this just a wee bit. I got both my SanDisks open just to, make sure that, because there are a lot of old Logic songs that I've made, and they're like either halfway done or just have an intro or something. And you know, I have to kind of go back in time a little bit just to see. So I'm right now I'm looking for the, if I'm trying to see if I made like a separate project file and just called it Microdose, but I probably like override the first one, but I don't know. Or maybe Microdose was called something else, right? Maybe it was called something else, and I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. I could text Soul and ask him what was the original. sound from the original name for microdose. When making Hiatus. Okay. I'm trying to like look for any name of the, and that's another thing. I was bad at naming projects, so I might not even find it. Um, I would show you guys my screen, but there are some songs that are in the works I don't want to leak. I mean, these are old songs, so it's not like, but still. Let's see. Da, 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 da. These are IDs. Some of these titles are interesting to say the least. Um, Trying to find it. I really hope I find the original project before the updated version, because then it would be two projects we'll look into. The first project would be how the intro and stuff was made, and then the second project would be how the, like, I'll show you what the original drop sounded like, and then I will show you what the new drop, how the new drop was made as well. Oh, wait. Wait, is this it? This says microdose, and I see a lot of instrumentation. This has to be it. I can't believe I found it. Wait, I don't know if I found it yet. I'm getting excited over nothing. I hope this is it. This is it. Yay. Guys, I found it. Yes, I have found it. I can't believe I found it. So this is what we're going to do. Wait, let me switch back over. Okay, here it is. This is the original file. So this is my, now I'm thinking about it. Microdose was made, this was in 2022. This is a 2022 file. So Microdose was actually made 2 years ago. That's actually crazy. I thought I made it last, I thought I made this last, like in 2023. No, this is 2022. Like, I say 2 years ago, it's 2025. 3 years ago. It was made 3 years ago. This is an old track. Um, yeah, I can tell because I have a new soft drum group that doesn't even exist in this template. So so let me go into the mastering here and let me just put this there so that we can kind of look at it. Okay, so just like in previous streams, we're going to um we're going to take a look at the original file first of what Soul sent me. Oh, that's the beginning. We're going to listen to what he sent me, and then we're going to take a look at what I did with this. And I'm even going to show you guys what the old drops sound like before I updated it to the new drop that you guys know today. with the rename called Constellations, because the track is called Constellations. We changed it like last minute, with like a few months before release. We changed it to Constellations. So it was the track Constellations originally was called Microdose. So that's why that's why it's called Microdose. But anyway, we'll take a listen to the Microdose audio that Soul sent me before I did anything on it. And before we start, I always forget, let me press record, because I am recording this and I'm gonna like break it up and use it to promote the EP. But anyway, so this is Microdose. This is Soul's Microdose. If we if we will, there we go. Hey, appreciate it, man. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. So this right here, this is well, it's about to end, I'll tell you. Oop, battery's about to die. Save it too. Okay. So that right there, so the track breakdown that we're doing today is track 3 of me and Soul's duo EP. Uh the track is called Constellations, which was a change in the name. Uh the original name for this track was called Microdose, and I was just that we just listened to, this was the audio that Soul sent me before I did any work on it. So this is on Soul's end. This is what he made. And now I'm going to show you guys everything else, how I kind of added everything together. Now, this is an old project. This song was made 3 years ago. And even the drop here, the drop isn't the drop that you hear today. This drop is actually old. I want to say like last year, Soul and I revisited this song and we changed the drop. So this drop that you hear is not the drop that you hear in the song that's out today. There's a whole separate project that I have to go. So this is project one, the original microdose project, and then there's another microdose project two, which is the final version of what you hear today. So I know that's kind of confusing, but anyway. So that's Soul's part. So all these little microdose tabs here is all of Soul's sounds, and then obviously everything else with MIDI that's color coordinated. These are my sounds. So let's start with the intro, which is the same intro as in the original audio. I kept it because it sounds really cool. Okay, so like I said, the intro is the same as the original audio because I really like that style. Here I kind of broke up his audio. The reason why I broke it up in three parts is because this is a very tonic sounding section. So what I did is I think I took these three bits because they're like, I think these are like these bell sounds. Like that. This one is this went down a semitone, I think. Yeah, a -5. The reason why I broke it down this way is because I wanted to change the bass melody underneath to give it some melody. So that's all I did with this. So and then I added this vocal, ancient cinematic vocal, which is a vocal I found on Splice at the time. And then we have these ethereal pads, which is this is an old I think I made this in like 2020, I think. Oh no, 2022. Yeah, ethereal pads. This is probably one of my favorite pads I made because it's very mystic. So what's going on here is we have a simple saw wave, and then we have another saw wave with a full sync full window, I believe. Yeah, full window, uh, which is an octave higher, and a little bit of, oh, that's deactivated, so that doesn't even matter. Then we have a noise oscillator with wind chimes. You can hear it. You can kind of hear it at the top end right there. Those little sparkly effect. That's the wind chimes. pitched down with the volume fully up. And if you look in the effects section, we got a few things going on. Nothing being modulated, just tweaking some knobs just to find the sweet spots for everything. So we have hyper and dimension, dimension size all the way down to 0, but the mix all the way up. Detuned, like almost 60%. Mix all the way up with 4 voice unison. We have distortion on tube mode, a little bit of drive, 100% mix. Flanger, uh, depth all the way to 100%, feedback oh close to 80%. The phase is around 150 degrees, mix is 65. We have a chorus, rate is 0.08 hertz, 5 millisecond delay, no delay here, 26 milliseconds of depth, 10% feedback, 1000 hertz of the low pass filter, I want to say, chorus filter, and then 100% of the mix. Then we have the reverb. We have the size all the way up to 71%. Pre-delay is down, low cut filter down, a little bit of a high cut, a little bit of a damp, width at 100%, mix is at 64. And then last but not least, we have a filter, a negative comb filter with the frequency at 194 hertz with a resonance of 58% and the mix at 100%. So that's pretty much it. Literally, the note is it was modulating the cutoff or the frequency of the negative comb filter, but I bypassed it because I felt like it was unnecessary. So that's pretty much it. And then we have a filter that if we turn it down, there it goes. So then we got very spirit-like kind of sounds. Then we have our drone bass. Yeah, drone bass, same like yesterday. Changing the key. Just to give it some musical movements. And then we have these acoustic drums here, down here. These are just Logic's acoustic drums. They're the I don't know, I can't remember what drum kit this is. This is Drum Kit Designer. It's the default one, so very simple, nothing too crazy. All right, let's move on to the build up. All right, so now we kind of got a little bit of a build-up situation here. So we got this thing, which I think this is yeah. So this is automated. It's filtered down, and then the filter kind of opens up a little bit. I think I'm an octave higher, something like that. But anyway, so this is a serum patch, which I believe it's not too much going on. So essentially what this is a basic shape. It was a saw wave with the fundamental removed, the sub removed, with a 9 voice unison, slightly detuned. We have LFO1 modulating the volume rocker of oscillator A and the sub oscillator, which is funny because there's no sub. So then we have hyperdimension distortion, multiband compression, a flanger, and a negative comb filter. I think this is kind of, uh, I would say this is kind of the same thing from the ethereal pad one, but I think I made this patch separately from itself. We just finished a song that's been in the works for a while. It will come out this Friday. Oh, nice. Can't wait to hear about it. Can't wait to hear it. Now, this has a really crazy sound because Manipulator, we have Manipulator here that pretty much drives this weird alien sound. If I take off the channel EQ, so that's originally what the sound sounds like, which is this is Space Worm. This is I want to say it's in the, where is this? Is it subtle? Maybe it's effects. I'm trying to see which it's one of these. It's not MIDI. It has to be in morphs. Feels like a morph preset. There's Space Surf. Though I could be blind. Is it in the subtle preset? I don't know where the hell Space Worm belongs to, because I don't think this is a preset I made. I barely make any presets in Manipulator. And I don't remember calling anything Space Worm. Rhythmic? Oh, Space Worm, there it is. So it's in the rhythmic section of Manipulator. It was just, I don't know if I made any tweaks or like made any changes in the knobs, but this is what we get. And then I filter it out so it can kind of like, you know, filter out. And then this is the drone bass that is being, the volume automated down. So the drone bass will then just fade out in the background. And then there's this little kick that acts not like an impact per se, but anyway, let's move on. So this is the original drop of Microdose that we scrapped. So this isn't something, but I'm going to play it for you. Yeah, so I'm not going to really go over how I made this. This is really just the same, it's the same Serum preset, and it's just Manipulator that's being the main driver. It's Space Worm, and it's just me just letting this fly and change. This one is Mr. Big, which is in, I believe this one's in the subtle. Yeah, there it is, Mr. Big. So it's just changing different presets in Manipulator, and then there's a sub, which is a retro. So where's this? Oh, this was made in 2021. So I mean, a simple sub. So let's just move on. And that's pretty much it for this project. The last drop. Was it in this is B0. This must be this is a very old bass, and I apologize for the mixing in the drops. Mind you, this is a 2022 track, so this was before my mixing got any better than it is today. So, um, oh yeah, this is a B0 because I remember the sub kind of has harmonics that fills it in. So Bass Fusion was made in 2022, yeah. So, um, and this is a bubble wavetable, and there's a quite few things going on here. We have LFO1 modulating the volume of both oscillator A, the sub oscillator, and the noise oscillator. We also have oscillator B, which is the volumes all the way down because we're FMing from B, which is, I believe, LFO2. Yep. LFO2 is modulating the warp knob for oscillator A, and it's also modulating the wavetable position of this. And the uh, band peak and notch filter 24 on the cutoff for the filter oscillator. We also have some macros, I should say, macros for speed and morph, which is just kind of there. We have some hyperdimension, some distortion. We have multiband compression, reverb, and delay, which is a ping pong delay and a short ping pong delay, that is. So that's the first sound here. And I believe the second sound is the parent of the first sound, but except changing the wavetables because I think the effects are somewhat the same. It's still the same, except there's no delay. Um, and we have this virtual riot bass glitch charging, which is, I believe I made this wavetable by using a virtual riot sound and turning it into a wavetable. Then we have an AU5 reload, which came from his I think it's from his alien weapon sample pack, which I then uploaded the sample um and made it into a wavetable. So, and then we have LFO doing all the LFO1 modulating the levels of both the sub, oscillator A and B, volume rocker, and then the cutoff for the filter. We have LFO2 modulating the wavetable positions for both A and B, and then we have LFO3 doing the same thing, but except this is in 16th notes while LFO1 is in 2 bars. And so it starts off as 2 bars, but as it descends, it changes into 16th notes. Like that. Which is a trick that I love doing in Serum. So, and then like these basses here are pretty much manipulator basses, which is pretty self-explanatory like I showed before. Um, Also, during the build up, I forgot to highlight it, but I also have this microdose, which is, this is just a chopped up part of the audio that I used for the build up. It just sounds really cool and aesthetic. And then I have the cinematic vocals over the drops here. That's layered over the microdose audio, and then it fades out into uh this wet of chromaverb. I think this has chromaverb on it. Yep, right here. And it has a 7.3 second delay that goes up to like close to 60% towards the end, hence why you have that little reverb tail. So this is the original microdose project. And now I'm going to show you, open recent. Now I'm going to show you this microdose project. Don't save. These are old tracks from 2021 to 2022, so I'm not worried about any leaks here. So I had to pull this one out of my SanDisk because this one's in my SanDisk. Okay, so now this is the updated version of Microdose, which is now changed to Constellations. We changed the name last minute, so which I should have just changed this to Constellations. And matter of fact, I might just do that. Let me just do that real quick. Let's rename to Constellations. Boom. This might take a second. This might take a second. Let's just chill out, relax. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. Anyway. All right, cool. So we don't have to go over the intro and the build up because they're the same from the original project, but we're just gonna focus on the new drop. So we'll start a few bars, well, 4 bars, getting into the drop, and then I will explain what came about with this drop. So before we get to the B section, let's just talk about it. All right, so first things first, we're going to start from top to bottom. So we got this little not this guy right here. Which cuts off. This is audio bounce of this this MIDI clip right here. If I unmute it, this is the, and you can see the automation. So what this is, this little pluck situation, it's really something very simple. It's just 2 saw waves. One is an octave higher than the other. This one has a 9 voice unison with a detune about 0.24%, and then this one is mono. So, but the random is at 100% for both. This is just a little LFO pluck. Nothing too crazy. Effects, hyper dimension, and then reverb, just to give it that spacious sound. We added some chroma verb here, 7.3 chroma verb with a 50% wetness, 100% dryness. We kept the room default mode. Added some OTT, and the channel EQ, we just high passed a lot of it. And then it's also low pass as well, but that's only because of the automation. The automation is right here, whereas if I were right here, it's more opened up. And I like to do stuff like that. Now I do, just to give it some, give it like that feeling of the sequence is about to start over, and it kind of adds more body to the drop when you add stuff like that. So that's where this originally, that's where this came from. Then we have this little thing right here. This is a super saw that is filtered out that kind of follows this main spectral bass right here. Like that. Just to give it a little bit of color on the top end right here. Now let's get into this bass. Which there is there's a dual delay on this, which gives it like a kind of like a metallic tail when it's up 33%, and then 0%, just to keep it like mono and stuff like that. Not mono, but not as much metallic tail. So there's that automation happening. And then we have a channel EQ, a side EQ, high pass side EQ to keep the sub mono since it is all in audio. But where this came from is actually these two clips right here. We'll just go highlight it and we'll unmute it. So let's talk about you first. You might be the, yeah. So this is a copy and paste. So we'll do this one. So this is a spectral bass that I made in Serum. I think I made it in 2023. No, 2022, I made it last year. So this is our spectral, it's actually spectral Reese. Wait. Oh yeah. So what's special about this bass is how it gets its movement. So there's a velocity function here that is modulating, where is it? It's modulating LFO3's rate. So if I press this note very softly, it will be a bar. But if I press it hard, it goes into 16th notes. If I medium press it, it will go to like quarter notes. Or maybe that's half notes. I really don't know. That's eighth notes for sure. Or maybe it's eighth notes and then it's quarter notes and then there's half notes. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. One thing about Serum 2 that I like, that you can actually see the range. It'll tell you the range of how far you're going, because this just says 27, but doesn't tell me what the rate is. but uh, but yeah, a few things going on here. So let's break it down. So we got basic shapes. I assume, so this is -2. Let me turn off the sub too. And let me turn off the post-processing effects. So we got this -2 if we turn it up. So we got that. We also have a remap situation, but it's not even active because we turn it up. So that's kind of irrelevant. I don't know exactly how I made this wavetable. So my bad, don't remember. Then we have Spectral Monster 1. This is if you go to Spectral, this is Spectral you have Monster 1, which is the OG wavetable, but I have this thing called Spectral Monster 1. This is a spectral masking technique that I learned from AU5, which you are able to mask harmonics from one wavetable and then print them on another. Or I think maybe it's not, maybe it's like taking the mask of one wavetable and imprinting on another one by like either removing certain harmonics or adding certain harmonics, I think. So I know that doesn't make any sense. Think of it as like if you have a wavetable and you were to mask one wavetable to another, masking it basically takes the harmonics that are there and either removes it to gives it like a spectral sound. Um, Let me see if I can demonstrate. I think I can demonstrate what I'm talking about here. So yeah, we'll just, let me see if I can demonstrate it. I'm gonna pick just a random wavetable. Let's use And let's choose a wavetable that has like a lot of grit. We'll use Monster 1, considering. Okay, and then let's open oscillator B. Let's press edit the wavetable. Let's do clear all, and let's just do randomize all like this. And let's normalize, I guess. That's it. Um Randomize it again. Sure. Let's go to the process and let's go down to set spectra from other oscillator. Let's do that. Or maybe that's not how you do it. How do I do this again? All right, let's just pick. All right, let's do this. Let's use Monster 2. Monster 3. Maybe something like this. So let's go to process and let's do, oh, subtract spectra from I was supposed to use subtract. So now, so basically whatever the, so subtract spectra from other oscillators. So basically, um, the spectral resonance, I guess, from this wavetable is subtracted. It like used the signal from this one and subtracted from whatever spectral harmonics that may exist also in oscillator B, leaving it a lot of spectral information. So if I were to normalize this, now you have like a really spectral wavetable. So that's pretty much how he did it, but obviously he can explain it a lot better than me. So that's what happened here. So spectral Monster 1 is that spectral wavetable. And then we gave it a 15 voice unison and a detune of 0.08. And we used a mirror warp mode to give it a mirror of the wavetable. As you can see the movements. Then we have a low 24 filter, which is being modulated by LFO 3. LFO 1 is modulating the mirror shape, and LFO 2 is modulating this wavetable position. We have this macro here. I don't really know what the macro does. Oh, this is for wavetable. Okay. So the macro is modulating the wavetable position in oscillator A. So that's pretty much it at the top. Obviously, we have a sub oscillator that has direct out on, but again, no sub. We have a phaser, which is being modulated by something. I think it's the note function here, or the note source. It's modulating the frequency on this. We have an EQ, which is high passed with a bit of resonant peak, 60% at the 105 hertz. We have a filter, a low pass high 24. This one's also modulated by something. Oh, LFO1. Oh, LFO1 also is modulating the frequency cutoff of the EQ and the frequency cutoff of the filter. We also have multi-band compression, pretty much what it is. And that is how this sound is pretty much made. And then we wanted to add more thickness to it, so we added some distortion, kilohertz distortion with saturate at 3 decibel on the drive. We also added OTT to make it thicker. We also added this multipressor just to calm things down a bit, we added a side EQing and a regular EQ. And then we also have this guy at the top, which is basically a carbon copy of the first thing. This is like the child preset to the parent. And we added just a few things here. We added chromoverb, and that's what gives it that little chromoverb rise, that reverb washout rise right here. We added dual delay just to give it a little bit of a metallic tail. That's the only new things about it. Multipressor and the channel EQ. So in my mind, in my mind, okay, the sub is supposed to be on. For whatever reason, the sub was off. Oh, I think I turned it off. Yeah, I turned it off because I was showing you guys what oscillator A sounded like by itself. Because I was thinking to myself, like, wait, where's the sub information coming from then? But I turned it off. My bad. There we go. So that's how we were able to get this drop sound. So we're going to go ahead and mute these. And just to remind you guys, these patterns came about because it's basically pressing the velocity, pressing the note soft or hard just to get difference in velocity, because the velocity is modulating the rate of LFO3, which is the main shape of the entire bass. So that's just me experimenting. Like if we go into the MIDI editor here, you can see the velocity changes. The red meaning is pressing the notes really hard, which is I want to say this is 8th notes or 16th. And the softer you press the notes, like this initial hit is the 1 bar. This is 16. This is dun dun dun. I think this is quarter notes or half notes. I think this is quarter notes. And then it goes back into 16th notes. And then it's the same thing with this one. So, and down here is like the hi-hats. Very simple. It comes from this hi-hat that I made, which, very simple. It's the same hi-hat that I explained either last, I think it was Wilderness. Wilderness was the one that I kind of made the hi-hats from scratch for the first time. So that's how, if you want to know how I made the hi-hats, you can check out Wilderness breakdown video. So, and then we have these drums here. This is a very interesting snare. This snare actually comes from it's a snare that I made a long time ago. If I go to desktop and go to sample, no, not sample pack review, where is it? Oh, there it is. Sample pack, if I go to, where's mine? Where's my sample pack? There it is, DTC sample pack. We go to drums, snare. I don't remember which snare it is. That's close, but it's not it. not that one. I think it's maybe, it might be that one. Oh, it's definitely that one. I think it's that one. It might be this one, but just pitched up. Or it might be that one. I don't know. It's a combination of a few of these, but but that's what that snare is. Very fun snare. Since it's like a micro drop, I wanted to get like a tiny snare to really emulate that. All right, moving on to the B side of this drop. So, we have a different variation within the bass. It's me just basically messing around with the velocity a little bit more. So this is a even slower. This may be like 2 bars. I think I changed it to 2 bars. And this one also has like a different, I think this is like, this may be triplets, like 1/2 triplet. Yeah, so we have this initial, that's a bar. These are triplets. These two are triplets. This is probably dun, 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 maybe quarter notes. And these may be quarter triplets as well. And then it goes back into this 1 bar. And it works well because it like kind of like completes the section before it starts back over. And what's added here is these vocal chops right here. This is very simple. So what it is, it's Kara's vocal sample pack, a lead from a song called Need You Now. It's not an official song, it's just one of her throwaway lyrics, I guess, for a 140 BPM beat, which I just kind of played it as it is. But there's an ARP that's going at 16th notes up in note order. And then I have a Serum Effects here just to give it some more stereo width and multi-band compressor, just to calm it down a bit. So that's really all that is with this one. Like even the MIDI is just very simple. So that's really the only changes that I added to this. The only changes is the vocals and then the change in pattern with the rates, the LFO rates. Everything else is pretty much the same. So let's just go over to the second drop now, because everything else in the middle is already explained from the first hour of the stream. And the second half isn't too different. It's just a few added stuff. Actually, there's only one added thing that separates this drop from the first drop. So let's just take a listen. this drop right here is from the first drop. The difference is that we kind of cut out the sub because now we introduced a different sub, which is this Reese bass right here. Which comes from this channel right here. So this is Spectral Reese 2 from the original Spectral Reese 1 preset. And this has more of a laxed kind of sound compared to Spectral Reese 1. Still same wavetables. This one's a bit different. This is a sub wave that has a mirror that kind of separates it. Well, I don't know why it's like that, but I don't know what I did to get this right here, but there it is. The effects is pretty much the same from the first one: phaser, EQ, filter, some multi-band compression, and we have a sub here, and same kind of velocity situation. The velocity is modulating the LFO1 rate from half to, it looks like 1/8, and that's pretty much it. There's distortion to give it some more body, OTT, and side EQ, and a regular EQ. I had retune and resonator on here just to kind of like, just to give it color, but then I was like, nah. So maybe I was working on a different sound when I was putting these together, and then I completely changed it, so now these are like useless. So yeah, that's pretty much the only new thing here. It's just changing the sub movement and changing the texture altogether, because this does bring us another new texture to the drop on top of the microdose drop plucks that is being played on top of this. So, and then it just repeats after this. Also, to note that the snare has changed too, so it's no longer the micro snare that you heard in the beginning. This snare is more open, it's more powerful, very more in your face. Considering that now I feel like this drop is more aggressive, so it needs more of an aggressive snare. So that's the second thing that's new. And that is Constellations track breakdown. Um, it took it took me like 20 minutes to dig for the first project file, because when I initially opened this up, I saw this and I was like, okay, I got the project, I'm ready to do a track breakdown. But then I realized, I was like, wait, but this is the updated drop version of the project. I don't even have the stuff that how I made the intro and stuff like that. So it took me like 20 minutes to find it. I had to like find my SanDisk thumb drive just to see if I have it. And I looked over it like 2, 3 times, and I didn't even see microdose. I may have skipped over it a few times, but I'm happy that I have it. So there you go, Constellations. So for this last hour, we're gonna do some more sound design. Let's just make a new template. Close. We're not gonna save because we don't want to jeopardize the original content. So here we go. Let's get our multimeter up there. Cool. So as you know, I am currently making a Serum 2 preset pack. Um, I know that everybody has pretty much made their Serum 2 preset packs already within the first week that Serum 2 dropped. So, but I'm not going to drop a preset pack that quick. I want to make like a very nice extensive one. So far, it's been 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks really, since Serum 2 dropped, and this is what we got so far. Um, we made some bass stabs yesterday, and we made some bass stabs. I think we made this saw bleep. We made I feel like it was something else, but I can't remember. Spectral swell, spectral. Oh yeah, spectral swell. I think, but I don't think we made that yesterday. I think we made that a few days ago. But I recently discovered that just to mess with uh the spectral function, we can take like another Serum 2 and we can kind of go to its presets, whether it's, any kind of preset, and we can like create we can just press one note to create the sound and then drag that audio into another instance of Serum 2 to create like a spectral wavetable and then make something completely new out of it. So we kind of did this a little bit yesterday, so let's just keep it going. This is my 2025 um this was my 2025 preset that I started, and then when Serum 2 dropped, now I'm on this Serum 2 preset wave right here. So this is just kind of left out a little bit, but we can do something with this. Let's do some micro percussions and see. So we can take that audio sample and put it into our spectral and see what we can make out of this. Very interesting sound. Let's see if let's normalize this. That sounds really cool. Let's drag that into this one. Turn that off. Let's turn this off. Turn on three. Let's turn the scan down. Okay. Let's make it a forward loop. Or we can make it like a reverse loop. But we'll just do a forward loop. Don't know why that. And let's see what we can do here. Obviously, if you gate it, you can get some like really spectral. But we did a lot of gated stuff yesterday, so let's do. Okay. Distortion. Ooh. Signfold. We can kind of do something with that. And let's. That has a cool sound to it. Let's normalize this. Dang, okay. Let's turn on the. Let's get a sub. Turn off the random and give it some thickness. We like that. Let's give it direct out. Boom. Let's give it some unison. And let's detune it down. Let's turn on the filter. We'll use this one for filter 1. And let's use low 24. Oh, this is technically also to be. Oops. We can use the cutoff. The signfold. Let me get rid of the signfold. Instead, let's do just regular like tube. We can use that. That sounds pretty cool. I don't know what I would use this for, but it sounds pretty cool. Okay, let's see. There is some white noise happening, and I don't know where it's coming from. I feel like it's the low end, though. Lord knows where it's coming from. Let's get a reverb on here. Turn the width up. LFO 3 to modulate that. We'll turn this into a sample and hold. And let's just go down to 116. You can also do the same thing for the level. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Whoops. Oh, I turned it down. Cool. Let's add a compressor. Multiband. And equalizer. And let's get a delay. Let's do ping pong mode. That's really fun. We can take this sample and hold and mess with the coarse pitch and turn it up all the way to 100. And let's take LFO4. I want to try something. Let's take LFO4. Let's go to main tuning. And let's create like what's the this is a bar. So let's go down a bar. Because LFO3 is modulating LFO1 rate down to 16, so LFO3 needs to modulate the rate here and go down 16, right? But it has to be the same. So where is LFO3? 33%. So now we have like a stab bass jam. What we can do is we can probably get a wavetable of some sort and kind of match the energy. Whoa, wait a minute. What? Huh? What? What? Oh, wait. So, okay, this is new. So you can still pick wavetables while in spectral mode? I don't know why I didn't... I don't... I did not know this. I did not know this. Why am I just figuring that out? That's kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Oh my God, I didn't even know you could do that. I probably did know and just forgot, but we need to give this in unison and see now, that's crazy. Let's see. Okay, all right. Ooh, let's use Beast. Did you just hear that? Let me take out the sub. Y'all didn't. Okay. 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 I want to see. I want to try. I want to try something. Go to noise. I want to add like a buzzy top end. So this is what I'm going to do. for the lows, let's get distortion. I know there's a sub that is like here, but I don't know how well that's gonna go. We'll see. Because here's the thing: if I take direct out, well, there's an EQ that if I turn that off, it sounds fine, but you know, direct out is okay. So we'll just keep that out. It's okay. Let me go ahead and save this. I don't know what to call this, so we're just gonna Bass Jam 3. We'll call it Bass Jam 4 because it's technically a jam. Now that I kind of discovered this, like going to spectral and then still picking wavetables, now let's have some real fun because I did not know this. Let's get rid of this. Fun. Okay, let us use let's see here. Has to be on octave 0. Thing of like about this wavetable is that there's already like melody in here. Low key, these wavetables can sound like some scary effects. Like if I were to take a reverb and just blast the size up, blast the mix up, blast the stereo width. Even if I slowed the scan down to like 1%. You can really make some eerie sounds with these. I mean, honestly, I better not hear no cheap pads ever again in music, cause this is just golden right here. It's actually crazy. Let's let's do something with this. Let's do something with this. This is a really cool. So you can make some eerie pads with these, and let's smooth them out. And let's do like a bar maybe. And let's give this some compression. Go ahead and save this. And we'll do... It's technically an effect. We'll call it Scary Mood 2. Scary Mood 2. Oh, there's already a Scary Mood 2? Then... Where is it? Scary Mood is right here. Impact. Oh, Scary Mood 2. Oh, it's on order. That's why. Scary Mood 3? Okay, cool. If we change it to granular... Scary Mood 4. Technically, you can use different wavetables for granular too, like if we use like Water Razor. Whoa. that's crazy. Stick that. Scary Mood 5. This is incredible. We can change it back to spectral. That sounds nice. That doesn't really sound scary, but hey, it's still following the principle. We'll save. We'll save one more after this. Let's turn these off. Okay. I had to save that one. What if I just bypass it? All right. Well, that's enough of that. I could go all night, pretty much doing all that. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the stream for now. And I had a lot of fun, like making those sounds. I completely forgot that you can use wavetables and use wavetables in spectral and granular mode. I'm assuming sampler too, but that's just something I just completely forgot you could do. So you can definitely make some interesting bass sounds for sure that way. But anyway, that's the end of the live. Thank you guys for watching. I might not do a live tomorrow because there is some things I have to do, but I might do a live tomorrow. We'll just have to see. But if we are doing a live tomorrow, it'll probably end up me just starting a new track and take a break from the breakdowns. And I'm going to continue doing the second half of the EP breakdowns next week. So, which means there's like 4 tracks left. So the rest of the week, we're going to work on a song and see if we can make something out of it. I don't know what kind of song yet. I don't know if I'm going to continue on the chill kind of track for the Unseen Nature EP or make something completely different. That might be its own standalone. I don't know yet, but we'll figure it out. Or I might just do some more sound design, but I don't know if I can do that for like 2 hours straight though. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll leave the link in the description below if you guys want to check out the Soultronic Hiatus Book 1 EP. You guys can check it out yourselves. 7 tracks, all completely different from each other, which gives it more variety, and there's probably at least one track that you guys will like in this EP. It's been in the work for technically 3 years because Microdose was made 3 years ago, which is now called Constellation. So I don't know if there was like a last minute, you know, whatever, but I know it was a last minute name change. But yeah, go check it out. I'll leave it link in the description below. And again, thank you guys so much. We're on the road to 400 subscribers. That's kind of crazy. Like, that's actually crazy. We're almost at 400 subscribers. We're at 382 right now. So hit the like button, share, and if you guys want to see other track breakdowns, just look at my previous lives, and just look at my previous lives in general to see some really cool sound design techniques, me making songs from start to finish. I actually made a whole other EP called the Astra Code, which is 4 tracks long, and you can see from when I started the track all the way to finish. So, but that's like my early lives, like back in February. So, and I have some funny reactions within those as well. If you guys are new to this channel, you don't know what's going on. So just to give you guys that. But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling because I have to get ready for bed. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. And if I don't see you tomorrow, you'll definitely see me Friday. Okay, you guys take care. Have a good night. Stay positive, stay blessed. See you. Peace out. Let's go.